Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We're talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets. What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to see them beating them at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go, here we go.
I would have guaranteed that AJ would be the one that wants to dump it on Sirianni.
Let's see.
And Devontae, and either way.
Uh-oh. Good move there.
Oh.
Great maneuver.
A little okey doke.
The best shower Nick Sirianni will ever have.
All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Philly podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network and partnered with the Monkey's Uncle. I'm Eric Perugini. Chris will be joining us in a little bit. Keith, our producer, will be stepping in for a little bit while we wait for the ginger to show up. So tonight we're going to be doing some draft recap, talking about the Eagles draft and some of that good old stuff. So with that, I mean, I guess we can get going. I mean, what do you think?
You know how you really piss off God?
Yeah.
You be a ginger. How you feeling, man? That was such a very cool draft show we had last time. Are you still
awesome.
riding high off of having OGCG in the house during the draft show and toe to toe?
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's always great having the guys from toe to toe on. I mean, they bring good stuff all the time. They know what they're talking about. They're just all around good guys, cool peeps. But having Charlie Garner join us for pretty much the majority of the show was a legit highlight for me. He was one of my favorite Eagles when I was younger.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, like I remember I remember high school being like, you got your starter jacket and everyone talked about football, right? And it's like you had to know stuff about these players in high school to talk about, and you had to be knowledgeable. So these were the guys we're talking about, pretty much from Eric Allen era on for me. Love the dude, and I'll fight anyone who says he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. But because I mean that people have had that conversation. I'm like, you just haven't watched this film. But I'll digress. But like all the way up to like the obviously early 2000s while I'm still in college and all that. But that was my defining generation of Eagles players. How about you?
oh God, yeah. I mean, that was literally about the time that I was like really getting into football. I mean, that really was. And there we go. You know it. The two guys,
Come
ain't
on.
nobody holding us back, bro. Come on.
No, listen, nobody's holding me back. Okay. I know I'll step over him, and I'm not going to let Chris dictate it anymore. I'm not going to let him decide what we do.
Oh, well, you know what? It's a good thing you said that, because look who finally showed up.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. Hey, Chris, how are you, pal?
I'm here so I don't get fined.
All right, Marshawn. Hey, shut up, Marshawn. I love that dude. But can you you don't have to interrupt us while Angry Adam Sandler and I are vibing, okay? We're trying to do We're trying to do a show here. We're obviously both widely recognized. You know that. We don't have to prove anything to you.
No.
You, however, people repel from you. Just I'm not sure if it's because of the red hair or your breath smells like you woke up twice. But
That's a good one.
what's up, Chris? How you feeling, man?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh man, we were just kind of reminiscing about the OGCG showing up to the show, and
I'm telling you, man, the looks on your two guys' faces when he showed up was fucking gold.
I mean, you said he was going to do it, and like I know you come through, dude. I'm like, I know, you know,
but it's still a recognized Philadelphia Eagles player. Like, listen, I would have said the same thing. Like, I was mentally prepared. Like, I knew signing in, I'd already seen him with you guys for like a good 35 minutes. But like, your guys, like, you're a little giddy, and you know that's what's great about this. It's like, you know, we're fans. We're fans of these guys. Like, we're supposed to get giddy, and he was the coolest dude we probably ever had on the show.
I don't get starstruck, I'm telling you, and I really, really freaking don't. But I knew I was going to be able to talk football with someone who knows it, and that I love. I love talking about people who are clearly knowledgeable in what they do. They give the stories, they give the scoop, they give the, you know, and
I would have been a first round pick, but I smoked weed.
Oh my god, that was the
Love
best
him.
line of the night.
Just slid it right in.
yeah,
Like, slid that right in. Like,
that would have been first round. I smoked weed. And the idea that, you know, the I think the line that, and you cap this one pretty well. It's the line that Philly birthed me, that's my mother, and Oakland is my wife. And so I get that. Like, that's a really, as someone who's, I've told you, educator for many years, I've had many different schools over the years. I have that same ideology. It's like you are different people at different times in your career, and it really does become a part of your. And I love that he really brought that, like, oh yeah, it's a job, but it's also like where people grow up, and these are, you know, humans and stuff like that. Very cool aspect of it. Such a diva. Love that for him.
That was the best. He CG definitely loves him some CG, don't he?
Mm-hmm. Love that for him. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, nobody loves you more than you love you. So you better show people. No, that's like not even a knock. He knows he's got an open invite to the show at all times. If he wants to do OGCG corner, I would love for that to happen. But
hey, listen, you know, you guys saw his response last night when I was talking to him. He was all about it. Like,
yeah,
he loved you guys. I'll say that much. He he loved how, you know, we kept it real, that we were diverse and everything else. Like, listen, like, I because when I didn't really think about it, then in the world we live in, I was like, I guess we are, because, like, you know, one thing you can always say about sports, it brings everyone together. Doesn't matter, regardless of skin, race, religion, or anything else. Sports is just a great thing that brings us together. You know, last year was probably one of our most biggest draft shows because we had so many people on. This year, a couple people couldn't make it. You know, things happen, which is fine. But, you know, they were replaced by OGCG. So it made up.
perfect. This was the perfect crew. I want to roll that back, to be honest with you. At some point, maybe mid-season, if we can set it back up and talk about what.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll talk to Steve and Kenny. They usually go on Saturday mornings. They do because they're big college football guys too.
You know, they and Eric pointed this out. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, the Toe to Toe Sports Network. I maybe we'll just post it. I'll post a link on the comments to this, and I'll follow up with it. But so dude, they know their sports, man.
Yes, they do. And that's what I really like about them. They really know a lot about this ball, especially football. But you bring up basketball, like they got it down. Like they don't miss a trick when it comes to like these guys. Totally live the life of just absorbing as much knowledge about the sports as they possibly can.
Yeah,
and I got to tell you, like Kenny, you thought our reactions were something. Kenny being a Raiders fan. When Charlie Garner popped up on the screen, like I saw his eyes get big, like, oh my God, that's IO, that's instant offense. That's Charlie Garner. Yeah. He was like, okay, So, I mean, it was fun to see that.
Right. And that was cool. It was like, we had a Raiders guy and we had an Eagles guy, on this show, and it just goes again, I guess that's what it comes down to, is just being diverse for him.
So. Yes, sir. It really does.
I'm gonna thank you for sending that to me. I'll put that up right now. Let's see. Here you go. If you guys wanted to go check out Toe to Toe Sports, this is right here. That is the link tree /T2T Sports. Toe to Toe Sports. These guys are definitely worth a checkout and a subscribe. It is well, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'll let you figure it out on your own because you're big boys and big girls and you know what's up. Let's get to the topics at hand. We are going into and Eric is I like the way you write, dude. You write real pretty.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You really gave a good breakdown this year because I think it was very overwhelming. I think the city is also I think is this the first time I can remember that Eagles have been fourth burner? Like,
it's been a while.
It has been a while. And I mean, well, to be quite honest with you, like this off season, I mean, we have guys right now, they are practicing. They are like in like voluntary OTAs, and like a good majority of them have shown up. And
no one knows about it.
No one knows. Nobody knows.
No, that's not true. I heard Jordan Mailata talking about Big Boy showing up today, or showing up in the first place. He goes, "Holy Christ!"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
he was like, "Holy Christ, he's huge."
He's huge.
Man, it was terrible, but
it's like if Bane was drunk.
Batman. I see you ordered a double today.
So that thing came up.
How big you are.
That thing came up in my memory from last year when we had Sean from Corner Pub Sports on, and we were talking about, the tush push and putting Jordan Mailata, and Keith was sitting there trying to do the imitation, and we're like, we sound like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Jordan Mailata.
I can't do like Huey. I should just do Australian and just be like, yeah,
it's Sean Connery.
It's New Zealand.
It's New Zealand.
Eric.
Yes.
Need you to really break down what happened. I think there was maybe some talk that Howie's magic was over. I don't know if you bought into that hype. I don't know if Chris bought into that hype. I think everyone kind of said it was definitely a strong draft, right? For everyone involved. So I'm gonna and let me put the big boy on top there. Yeah, look at you. Was the hype justified going in? Was the naysayers justified? What's the grade look like? What's your overall? Walk us through it, man.
Well, I mean, this actually was a really good draft for wide receivers and offensive linemen and edge rushers. And nobody knew what the Eagles were going to do. Obviously there was a need for offensive line because of, we're possibly staring down the barrel of the last season of Lane Johnson. So you had that lingering. of course, the A.J. Brown stuff, which seems like it's been going on for 7 years now. They're an absolute need for Ed Rusher with losing Jalen Phillips. And there was a lot on the plate for Howie Roseman. And I think for the first time in a while, people had the cards stacked against him. And Howie's just pretty much said, hold my beer. He's like, I got something for you guys. So, he did a great job. And I gave the Eagles a solid A for this draft. And that was including the trade for Jonathan Grenard. So I was extremely happy with it. I do know at one point during the draft, and I believe like we mentioned it on the draft show, that they were trying to move up into the teens. They tried to move up with the Buccaneers and the Jets. I think it was 15 and 16, but they couldn't get a deal done. I think they wanted to go after one of those offensive linemen with the first pick. But when that fell through, they had this opportunity to trade up and swipe Mekhi Lemon away from the Steelers. And I mean, I thought that they made a great trade with the Dallas Cowboys, so I mean, I thought it worked out well.
Chris, was there any kind of moments in the draft that your jaw hit the floor, or was it just kind of like you saw what was happening? Like there was like no, was the Mekhi Lemon, was he the guy who you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that? Like, were you one of those guys?
No, there was really, everybody wants Howie just to always move up and move up and move up. And while that's great and all, you still have a salary cap you have to think about in the coming years. So while it would have been great to have that, it just doesn't work that way. That's not how the NFL works. No surprise trade, other than moving up from 23 to 20. It was just Philadelphia, fucking Pittsburgh for 2 weeks straight. But it was just, it was a move that many people didn't see coming. But it was a good move in my opinion.
Pittsburgh definitely did not see it coming.
No, they didn't. They did not see it coming.
Great. Dude, Mekhi, we got this. This is great. We can't wait till you're
Why is Philly calling me?
I'm here so I don't get fined. Wait, what?
Yeah. There's always a long-standing joke. Why do any GMs pick up a 215 telephone call? I think we talked about this during the draft. I think there is a chase factor by some GMs thinking that they are smarter than Howie to a degree. Why is that covering your face? I mean, it is good that it's covering your face, but I do think there is I think GMs, right? I think GMs do want to prove that they can do better than Howie. Does that make sense?
I don't think people really, if my opinion, I don't think people really read too much into it. The only reason that it's such a big deal is because of social media. You go back and you look at, the Herschel Walker trade in 1980, whatever it was that built the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s. While it was
okay.
While
stop. No. There was no cap then. Stop. I can't talk about the 90s like that.
I'm saying,
it was, of course, that's why it's $1 billion franchise, because there was no cap and they had unlimited money. Stop the Herschel Wall out of here. I don't want to hear that. Any team that doesn't have a cap in play isn't the same NFL anymore. So that's what I was just going to get in your face. Are you kidding me? There is a difference. You can clearly see a GM who doesn't know he's doing in Dallas currently when there is a cap, and a guy who does know when there's a cap. So I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb, Howie's proven himself to the front office as well, right?
The ball stuck.
Is it?
Yeah. This is so funny watching. Where's the cheerleaders at?
I can't believe that the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Sixers are winning.
Gotta poke that thing out there. No, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say this. Let's remember Howie's career, right? Howie's career, he was co-GM. Of course, he was with Andy Reid. Andy Reid as a coach was definitely had, whether it was on paper or not, it was definitely Jeffrey Lurie gave him that leeway to do that. And then you have the era of Chip Kelly, where he pretty much, I think, was working from a closet. I'm not joking. I'm almost certain this is a real story. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Correct me. Maybe it's just an old wives' tale, but Howie Roseman was working in a supply closet when Chip Kelly was the coach. Like, he was demoted to like mailroom boy type situation. Now, I know it wasn't that low, but and then he battled his way back to obviously the name he has for himself today. Not trying to glaze the guy. That's just his story. That is what happened. He was, he did work his way up to this position, and he knows how to manage dead cap space. Are you really trying to tell me that's hype?
Right.
That's internet hype?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. He, like you said, he was like basically on the other side of the room in a closet, and we didn't hear from him for a couple of years. And then he comes back and he was like transformed. And, it brings me back to like what you were saying, Keith, before, earlier on, like before the show, or like people go through transformations at different points of their careers. And that move that Jeffrey Lurie made by bringing in Chip Kelly and giving this guy full control, that really made how we think and reflect and retool how he does, how he's a general manager, like the moves that he makes, the moves that he doesn't make, be aggressive, don't be aggressive. And it's worked out. I mean, so that time away, like whatever he did while he was gone, it worked. It just completely worked.
Yeah. I need you to break down the draft like I didn't watch it, okay? Act like I did not ignore my family and my contractual obligations to my job. However, the draft was I wanted to see how this laid out for all the teams, but especially the Eagles. How did we do? I know we keep sort of talking like we did well, but where do you think we landed, Eric?
Well, the Eagles landed themselves in a great position, like heading into the season. I mean, with the moves that they made, when they drafted Mekhi Lemon, number one, that pretty much that move right there just sounded the bell and pretty much ends AJ Brown here as a Philadelphia Eagle. So expect him to be gone post June 1st. But I mean, Mekhi Lemon is a guy that can come in and make an impact right away. Now, to be quite honest with you, I do have, I like things that he did in college are going to be a little difficult to do here in the NFL.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he handles, because these are a lot faster players. These are stronger players, and they don't, they're not that hard to get rid of once, you're in the trenches with them and you're battling to get the ball. But overall, that was a great pick. The second, I gave that one actually an A-.
Right.
That was a great. I gave that one.
Now, when I want to clarify for people, like you made a statement and it's a little loaded. Chris, jump in on this one because I know you got feelings. But what do you mean by it's a clear signal to AJ? Like, what is it that Mekhi Lemon possesses that would make you say it's a clear indicator? Now, let's ignore the Hollywood trade. Let's ignore that. Let's ignore Devontae Smith is arguably, maybe debatably, the number one anyway. You got Tavion Wicks, right? So
Yes.
ignore all of that. Okay. Ignore that. Why do you think Makai Lemon signals the nail in the coffin? And Chris, do you agree with it? Let him get his point out why he thinks that. And if you concur with that.
So, I mean, obviously, it could be the sign of things to come for AJ because, you know, Makai Lemon's a first-round talent. At this point, I don't know if AJ Brown is going to be an Eagle. I don't know if AJ Brown's going to be a Patriot. Let's be realistic. We don't know. We have no idea. We don't know what the hell is going on.
Right. Rossini.
We don't know. Like if they
Vrabel
go
Gate? Is it Vrabel Gate or Rossini Gate?
It's she's gonna end up
Who baby Mikey dad? Gate?
it's gonna be they're gonna find her in a canal gate. It's I don't know. Like if think about just for 1 second, they go into this off season,
right?
They go into preseason and they go in the regular season, and AJ Brown is on this team still. Holy shit! They're not gonna know what to do with themselves. The media isn't gonna know what to do.
I mean, right. Obviously, they're hounding. I think even the fans are foaming at the mouth and the media. I don't think this is a time where the media is inflating this. This is obviously a very big question mark. I would love to be like, sports media is, they're hyping it. No, this is kind of like a big deal. Eric, why do you think it's the nail in the coffin? And I mean, obviously you think it is. Makai Lemon is, like as Chris said, clearly he's a starter. He's no bubble wrap, and he does mirror stat for stat against AJ. So is that why you're saying it, or is there just, if you were sticking with AJ, you wouldn't have gone after Makai, and you probably would have gone after maybe your O-line first?
Yeah, I mean, we know that they did try to go O-line first, or at least move up, which you would think that they were going O-line at that point because it was a very loaded offensive lineman draft.
Right.
I think Lemon was very high on their board. Obviously, they took him with their first pick once they made that trade up. So that tells me he was either the number one choice or the number two choice to get in the first round with a pick. The fact that they got him, I don't know if there's enough footballs to go around in that wide receiver room. And I know you said like kind of keep out everybody else, but when it comes to this, I think AJ Brown is probably going to have. Let's put it this way: he's been very, very vocal about things that what he didn't like, and he's been suspiciously quiet about this drafting of Makai Lemon. So I don't think that he would want to be in here knowing, that he's been so vocal. I think he's gone for the simple fact because he could become a really, really big distraction. And here's what a lot of people say. Like, people are sitting there saying, oh, well, they should keep him. Look at how loaded the wide receiver room would be, which is true on paper and talent-wise. Absolutely. I get it too. I would want to keep him. But I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think you're going to get AJ Brown. You're not going to get the guy that's making all this money. You're going to get a guy who's annoyed and basically half-ass it. He's not going to be happy. I mean, now he could be motivated. He could be motivated to say, hey, you drafted this kid. I'm not going to let him get any footballs. And he could shock me. He could make a liar out of me and ball out.
Does that become WRBC? Is that a real?
I don't know.
If he sticks around, it's wide receiver by committee, right?
I mean, it's wide receiver by committee. You got, they
can't carry that. They can't carry all that. They cannot carry all that.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah, no, stop.
Not to mention, you still got a pretty good tight end, and you drafted the best tight end out of college football.
Thank you for segueing. Talk to us about their round 2 pick, Eli Stowers.
Dude, the kid is legitimately a stud. He was the 2025 John Mackey Award winner, as I said, for the best collegiate football player. He's going to be the successor, obviously, to Dallas Goedert, who people are forgetting he's still on this team. He's coming off of a year where he had 11 touchdowns. So, I mean,
career. Yeah, not only his career, but franchise record. And with the first 2 picks in this draft, I mean, you want to talk about retooling an offense and loading it up. I mean, like, forget the fact that as of right now, AJ Brown is still on the team, but you obviously you go down the depth chart around Jalen Hurts, and people were screaming and yelling that he had a loaded roster. What the hell do you think he has right now? I mean, and Howie Roseman is the guy that orchestrated this. But Stowers at number 54 was absolutely perfect. That was great. I absolutely love that. I thought that was perfect time. I was kind of shocked that they went with a tight end there. I thought maybe they'd wait till the 3rd round, but it was great. I loved it. It was a good move. And if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'm salivating right now knowing you got all this stuff. Yeah, that wasn't all that kind of happened in between the 2nd and 3rd round right there. That was that itself. That was an exciting pick. I was actually very glad that they did the tight end move there, because it's been a question mark.
Yep.
Let's be honest, it's been a question mark since Zach Ertz has left the team.
Yes.
And it's not a surprise, right? Zach Ertz was definitely our, Jeremy Shockey character at tight end, and he played his part very well. Definitely lost when we lost Zach Ertz, but that was a good pick for me. But that wasn't where they kind of ended the 2nd round moves, because they did like an in-between thing for that draft capital they've been sitting on. I think we've all pointed out over the last year that it is it's like they're playing Uno, and they have like cards from like the game that they're not even playing, and they like all these special powers on them. So they had extra draft capital. They talked to the Minnesota Vikings. What did they pick up there?
Well, they sent 2 third-round picks to the Vikings, and they got edge rusher Jonathan Grenard. I was stoked about that. I mean, he immediately signed. It was a 4-year, $100 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you want to talk about, you thought you had a complete, you had a hole there at edge rusher by losing Jalen Phillips in the preseason, the free agency. And then Howie goes and he uses those assets, which that's what he does. He just collects assets and assets. That's why he's not afraid to let guys go and get the compensatory picks, because he knows he can turn those picks into guys like Jonathan Grenard.
I think Howie's pitch, and it's a good pitch, right? I'm not being a smart ass here. Like, I know I was like, oh, Howie's pitch is come play for us, right? No, of course that's the pitch. Come play with us. But it's like, hey, everyone plays by the same league checkbook, right? The same rules. And I am telling you, I will make us all rich, but I will also make us all champions if we do this right for each other. And I think that is a good way to talk to football players, because a lot of them are in it for the love of the game. And, AJ is definitely a diva. He's definitely in it for the love of the game, all of those things. So I think there's a special touch to how Howie does approach these guys. And you're right. I think you're right. He lets those top tier guys go, because if you don't buy into the mission and understand that, yeah, you can go to another team for a bigger slice of the pie, but that only hurts your team in the long run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he's not afraid to make those tough decisions. That's the thing. Like would we have wanted them to keep Jalen Phillips? Absolutely.
Yeah.
The guy he balled out. He was a monster for us.
Jalen
He
Phillips.
did not have a
What are
bye
we
week all
talking about?
season.
Yeah. Shut up. Jason
Yeah.
Phillips. Jalen Phillips. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, and then he's like, you know what? Okay, that's a great deal for you. Go sign it. That's okay. I'm gonna take the pick for you. And I'm like, all right, see you later. You know, to him, he may love the player, but at the end of the day, you're an asset. That's all you are. Like,
But he doesn't
you're
treat
there
them
for
like
a short amount of time.
doesn't treat them like human capital kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
You know, like yes, you're an
No,
asset.
he
Yes,
really
you're
doesn't.
yes, you're a valued asset. But like at the end of the day, you're a person. If that's what you want to go do that. You want to go make the highest paid in position for a free safety. I get it. You want to go. Cool. Just know you're stealing.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to
I was
cut
just
you
gonna
off.
say, it reminds me of that old saying: when you drink today, it's like stealing happiness from tomorrow.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
yes, you're
I mean,
getting
and
you're getting paid, but you're stealing from someone else tomorrow.
right. And look, and Howie's not afraid to give guys these big extensions. I mean, look what he did for Saquon Barkley after he just ran for over 2,000 yards. So, I mean, he's like, hey, you know what? You did a great thing for us. You know, thank you so much. You know, here's some more coin for your bank. So he treats you like family, no matter what. I mean, and with the stuff going on with AJ Brown, he won't have any hard feelings if he winds up leaving. He won't even have any hard feelings, if AJ is not playing up to his standards or whatever. He's going to be like, all right, we'll figure it out.
Well, I just if you're paying attention to the pod right now and you're tuned in, congrats. That's one extra person, at least more than Fuzzy. He is obviously tuned into the Phillies game right now and watching probably screen by screen the Sixers Knicks game and the Phillies game on right now. So basically,
I'm here so I
what
won't get
happened-
fined.
right. That's why he keeps saying that he is distracted. It is kind of why you're hearing more of me tonight than you are Fuzzy. He is still the co-host of the Philly podcast.
I hold you guys back, so I'm letting you guys do your thing.
You're letting us do our thing, but I'm going to keep you on the big screen because I think your ego, or if I put you on the
My
small
head.
screen, right, your head would break out of the box and break anything anyway. So, the Phillies are up 5-3. The Sixers, what are they up by 2 right now? Commercial break.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough without Embiid tonight, but we know you're watching and we thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in, if you're catching us on the rebroadcast, thank you so much. Let's go on to round 3 here. Eric, what do we get? What do we get moving on?
We got a big old boy. We got Markel Bell.
See over him.
Six.
Markel
I don't know how
Bell.
Jalen's going to see over him. I'm telling you.
6'10"? Is that what they said? 6'10"?
Well, he's listed 6'9".
Okay, so
But-
it's really 6'7". Okay. I think
Yeah. 6'9", 346 pounds of one big old offensive tackle from Miami.
Whoa.
That's a big boy.
350 pounds?
Yep. That's a
Wow.
yeah, that's a big old boy right there. So
What was his name?
Markel Bell.
Markel Bell.
Kel
He
Bell.
did not he did not allow a sack during his senior season.
Dude, is he that? Well, yeah. Is he? Oh, what position did he play on the offensive line? Yes.
I want to say it was
He
right
was the
tackle.
offensive line. He was the offensive
Was
line.
the offensive line. That's right.
And that's, I think the Birds, that's a really, I think that's a nice pick in terms of fitting in with the synergy of what the
He ran a 5'3" at his 40.
still faster than me, bro. Get out of here.
What?
I'm not running a 5'3".
I can't imagine that dude running a 5-3 at you again. Oh, just Jesus Christ!
And
fine, I'll go back.
if you are checking in, make sure you go ahead and read Eric's full report card over on our socials. You can check them out on our Facebook page. You've put it everywhere. Insta. You did the whole thing there?
It's everywhere.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course
it's everywhere.
What kind of grade you're giving to Markel Bell in terms of overall, like, just obviously, what's his grade?
I gave him a B, a solid B.
Really?
I said I felt I gave him a solid B. He does bring like rare size and that all important length, as they call it, with like really good pass protection skills. But yeah, no, I gave that one. I gave that one a B for the simple fact I was looking at the first round when they drafted.
How is Jalen going to see over him?
He's probably not. So,
like he's going to look up at was he off left?
I believe he is left, but he has switched out to right.
Okay. Of course. I mean, like at some point when you're that size, does it really matter which side you're covering? It's just like, be there. Just stand there, dude.
It just reminds me of Manu. Run behind me, Mr. Blake. No one will touch you.
Yeah.
Unnecessary run.
Unnecessary run. No, you don't have to quote the movie, bro. Scott Bakula, shut your mouth, dude. I saw that for like my 11th or 12th birthday. I took a whole party of kids to go see it. We loved that movie. Was awesome. Great football movie, spoiled by really two terrible sequels, and then ultimately got replaced. Oh yeah, yes. Ultimately replaced by the greatest football movie of all time, which is The Replacements. So, let's go deeper because I think there were some. I think that's where we really shined, and I'm not talking about our. We'll get to it. I don't want to. We were all going to talk about it. Size. He was a 5'8", size 18 shoe monster. But we picked up a quarterback? What does that mean? Does that what that mean for Tanner McKee? You think because we got the kid out of North Dakota State, right?
Yeah. Cole Payton, round 5, pick number 178. I have him here. Like the only thing I could really think of was that he is a dual threat QB who does add depth. But I'm trying to figure out where he fits in because as of right now, you have Jalen Hurts, and everybody forgets they signed Andy Dalton. So he's you have to figure he's So then you still have Tanner McKee, and now you have the second greatest quarterback out of North Dakota State.
Hopefully the first.
Well, he hasn't played yet, so I'm still going to give the nod to Carson Wentz.
Let's keep that boy. Don't give that boy nothing. I can't believe we went with North Dakota State again, man. I really can't. It's just it's so funny. All right, let's be realistic. I think that does mean Tanner McKee is going to be on the trading block.
That doesn't mean shit. The Eagles drafted him, and I forgot the Eagles were still drafting. They made that pick for whoever it was, Markel Bell, and then I feel like they didn't pick for 38 days. They're like, oh yeah, here you go.
It really
it's
was
our
like
turn.
110 picks later.
Quite honestly, this is a pick where it's like right now I look at it as a camp body. Maybe if they see something in him, they'll put him to the practice squad.
Nah,
maybe.
I'm with you guys. You got to think that someone's going to want Tanner McKee in a second.
Yeah.
I still think that
and they're willing to pay for it. Yeah,
Tanner McKee did not put up this great outing that everyone thought he would put up last year, and it was there's
no Gardner Minshew.
No, he needs to only if you wore cutoff jeans
in a horseshoe. So, all right, I think that's I think we're going to put a question mark in this one, and I think we'll like on throughout this, before the preseason starts. I think we're gonna put on Tanner McKee watch here, and we're gonna kind of like obviously circle back to this. Were you surprised it took us 197 picks to finally get to a Bulldog?
I absolutely was. I mean, I'm so used to them taking them in the first like 2 rounds in the last like 17 drafts. So I
love this kid. I love Micah Morris.
Yeah, I was happy with this one. I mean, dude, he's a physical specimen, man, who's really good in the run game.
Well, this dude up front for Saquon may have been the missing piece that we did not have like last year. And super physical kid, super intense, and he's gonna be your interior guy. He's 100%. I love this pick, dude. This was like one of those really good sleeper picks. And I think we're gonna hear good things out of Micah Morris.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. This was something. This was a player I was really glad that they got, and like you said, this spells nothing but good stuff for Saquon.
Mm-hmm. And let's get into our really late picks. We can talk about what we got, or we can go into the interesting part of it and who we picked up at the very, very end, and what you think. How do you say his name?
Euar Bernard.
I know it's Bernard. I mean, obviously, but is it Yar or is it UR?
I think it's UR or
Yar. Yeah. Okay. So talk about our. We had a lot of like late. I think we had like 3 picks within 10 or 8. Like final.
Round 7, we had because Micah Morris, he was round 6 at pick 197, and then we got to round 7 where we had pick 244, 251, and 252. So we had back-to-back picks, basically our last 2.
Yeah,
which they used number 244 on Cole Wisniewski, 251 on UR Bernard, and 252 on edge rusher Keyshawn James Newby.
Where's Bernard listed at? Was he listed at defensive tackle?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Note for the customers and the at home paying for the show. He has never played a snap of American football.
He's never even played rugby. He's never played a physical contact sport like football before. He's played basketball.
He's basketball, and he is track, right? He is a
yes.
Yeah. So which is an insane. It's not. We're not calling him an athlete. Pause. I don't want anyone being like dumb podcasters on YouTube saying he's clearly got talent, and we've clearly picked him for reasons. But the stats on him, like physically, are freakish. So do you have them there? Because I could, I have them. I
actually do not have them.
Okay, I'll pull it up, but like I do have them. I was looking them up earlier, and I'm like, that's not physically possible. So we'll talk about. I think pretty much the idea that what those defensive additions at the end really mean for us. Like, what are they? What's that all about? Why were we doing it at the end? Why do we unload that way?
Well, I mean, for me, it was all of the late picks were all about the developmental depth and special teams potential, and those are things that the Eagles have historically done well in, especially in the developmental part. So that, to me, makes UR Bernard a very interesting pick out of the pathway to the NFL program. So, yeah, and I mean, Wisniewski is kind of like, eye up on him to see what he does. He's a safety, and safety is always seems to be a talking point here in the city. So, but yeah, I mean, that's all it is. Like those last 3 picks were all developmental and depth and special team stuff, which again, they're good at both of them, especially developing players.
Yeah, I think it was a nice way that we can round out the draft. There were like a couple of holes to plug. There, you know, of course there is every year when you get the free agency and the carrot and stick gets weirder and weirder as years go on. Again, Chris tries to explain to me all the time what the hell dead cap space is. I'm not an idiot, y'all. It's not like but how the rules they make up to do attribution of years and how they can defer due to date. It feels convoluted. It feels like paying taxes. It shouldn't be that hard. Uncle Sam, how much you should owe every year. They really do. So it should be just like, yep, this much. And it should just be simple. And it's really not. And it's turned into a very, like I said, convoluted system. But here we go. Here's some stats on Bernard physically. Okay. He is 6'4.5".
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go to the 1/2 inch like he is in kindergarten. And we are marking his height against the wall because that will matter in a second. So he is 6'4.5". He is 306 pounds. So obviously not the largest boy, not a chonker. You would think 306 pounds sounds like a chonker. Other NFL players in the 300s are chonkers. He has 6% body fat.
Yep. The he's a physical specimen.
Okay. I don't know if people understand what 6% body fat is like dangerously close to it's borderline unhealthy for some people. Right, it's hard to maintain. It is a very difficult thing. I think I got to like 11% one time, and I'm not making that up. Chris knows that, and that was hard to maintain. 11, so 6%. I just cannot imagine that. Now, here's some other 3% beer. Here we go. Here is the 40-yard dash times. Again, remember I said he was 6'4.5", 306 pounds. He has a 4. His vertical jump is 39 inches. It is over 3 feet vertical jump.
Wow.
Now this is what's crazy. I cannot believe this is an actual stat. I'm going to double check this. I don't know. I'm going to go and verify answers before, but his broad jump is 10 feet, 10 inches.
10 feet, 10 inches.
Of 306 pounds.
Good Lord. That's insane.
I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I bet you could.
Listen, I'm here so I don't get fined.
So he recently had transitioned into the Nigerian Football League. He is on the international program, much like Jordan Mailata. He just had a very quick rise. His name got out there very quickly, I think, for him. But obviously, I think that gets most people's attention is the physical metrics there, right? Like the numbers don't seem like they make sense because, you all have a 300-pound friend. Get out of here. You do. And if you don't have one, it's you. So the idea
What's that joke? I know 5 fat people and you're 4 of them.
You got it.
Yeah. That's he's like, remember the time we had that conversation? He's like, I don't remember. I was like, oh, maybe I had it with your chin. What is the bottom line? Do you think he's going to change the dynamics of the team, or we're gonna roll the dice? The guy is a beast. It's fun for publicity. do you think that makes all the difference here?
I mean, to me, that was, I want to say it was an aggressive move because it's definitely something that I don't think people saw. Well, obviously, nobody really saw coming. But that, yeah, that was just one of his aggressive moves that he makes to kind of like be ahead of the game. Because I mean, if this guy does turn into like a mega star, then you know what? Kudos to Howie Roseman for once again having, tell people, okay, well, you doubted me. Here we go.
Right.
And
if not,
I mean?
it's his second to last pick in the 7th round of a draft they already did well on.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just another part of Howie Roseman's vision of how he wants to draft and develop and cultivate this team.
Whose kid was the 300 pick that one year that was a publicity stunt? Was it what's his name from Denver?
Oh damn, I don't remember.
What's his name from Denver, quarterback?
I don't remember.
Elway's kid. Wasn't Elway's kid one of those like 300 and the last pick on the draft? It's like they're bullshit picks, but this one feels legit to me. Like this feels like it wasn't like he wasn't trying to waste a pick. It was definitely a risky pick. No. I think you said it best. It was definitely one of those aggressive picks. But it doesn't make him look stupid if it doesn't work out.
Exactly.
Bottom line, what are you saying the Eagles did? Did they have the most successful draft like all these pundits are saying? Did they do what's right for the Eagles? Did they do what's amazing for the league? Where do you leave them at with all of this, all 7 rounds?
Well, after looking at everything, this definitely was one of the most successful drafts from a few teams. I know the Jets are always going to jet, but they had an amazing draft. Chris, stop. You literally just popped up right there like the friggin' Grinch.
I don't think they had a good first round pick. Other than that, I couldn't tell you the rest.
I just said they had a good draft. I didn't say a first round pick. I said good draft.
What are you doing? He's rage baiting you. What are you doing? He doesn't care.
The Dallas Cowboys had a good draft.
I will say they did have a really good fucking draft.
They really did.
I know everyone's praising the Giants, but the Giants should have took the guy who's at Downs.
Caleb Downs, yeah.
They should have drafted. They should have drafted Caleb Downs.
Enough telling me. I don't want to hear how good Dallas's draft was. Stop. Please.
It was good. I'm not going to lie.
For the love of fucking God, stop. Okay? It's still Jerry.
No, I hear you. I hated saying it, but it has to be said.
He will still use his ego throughout the season. He will somehow become the main character during preseason. Somehow he will piss someone off. Someone will come to him talking about business, and he'll go, burr, 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 and then it'll get ugly. Now, will it get as ugly as Micah Parsons? Probably not. Micah is gonna be in your face, speak his mind. He's a raw talent. If you ever get a chance, check out him and Myles Garrett kind of jabbing at each other on the podcast.
That was great.
Loved it.
That was great.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
But Micah does have room to kind of shimmy a little bit. He hasn't fallen off. He made a good deal for himself going to Green Bay. He'll be a talent anywhere. Blah blah blah. But Jerry knows how to make it about Jerry.
Right.
And
exactly.
That will always be their downfall. He doesn't know how to manage money, so that's going to be so the problem with Jerry is he is so rich, he doesn't really have to manage money anymore, right? Does that make sense?
Very true.
Because you become so freaking wealthy, money isn't an issue. Your money makes money for you. So doing,
Yeah.
losing $300 million is like us losing $70. And that is not an exaggeration. We've done the math conversions here.
Mhm.
I'm not worried by Dallas. I'll be worried by Dallas when Dallas looks good on the field. Right? They can look.
No, I hear you. I mean, look, everything you're saying is right. Is absolutely true. They could have a great draft every single year. At the end of the day, though, they have this history now for 30 years where it don't mean crap. Doesn't mean a damn thing. It's either a coaching, it's either players, it's money, it's all kinds of stuff.
The only reason you can still watch the Dallas and the Super Bowls because it's been remastered and put on streaming. Okay. Otherwise, you have to dig out your VHS, and it is what it is, right?
No, I hear you.
And their fans are going to stick by them. That's fine. You guys can do whatever you want to do. You can stick by your team. I get it. It's what you're born into. You got to root for them. It's not like you're really Browns fans who will give up. Those fans will be like, this is my new adopted team because they fucking hate me. And so they will move on. Well, overall, I wanted to put up this nice little infographic you got here for us. So, right. Here we go. Sorry. I'm usually better than this, right? So here we go. Let's get this put up over this guy's face because I don't need to see his face as he's staring at his computer screen. You want to go over the what we got here? The Eagles have moved on.
Oh my God. I mean, well, you look at this, graphic here and just look at this defense. Look at these guys that they got going on here. And these are young players. So, I mean, this is a defense that is literally going to be formidable for the next few years. All right. You don't really have to say anything about Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. We know what they are. They're legit game changers. Moro Ojimo he's coming into his own. He's
developing.
He's developing, and he's one of those players that I was just talking about. They're good at developing. Nolan Smith Jr. at the weak side linebacker. I mean, all right. Now, look at these linebackers here. I get so excited looking at this list of linebackers because for years it was always a troublesome position for us. Weak side linebacker, you got Nolan Smith Jr. Left inside linebacker, Zach Bond. Right inside, Jihad Campbell. That's my guy. I'm super fan of his. All right. And then you have
with the hatchet behind him, dude.
Yeah, with Trotter Jr. behind him. I mean, so it's it's great. Like I look at those linebackers and I just get excited. And then you look at the slot linebacker, which is Grenard. And behind him is Jalix Hunt. I mean, in Jalix Hunt, I'm a fan of his, and he's another one. He's developing, and he's developing nicely. Then they went out in the cornerback. They signed Rick Woolen from Seattle. Marcus Epps is your strong safety. Makuba, your free safety, and then your right cornerback is Quinyon Mitchell, and then you got Cooper DeJean. So, I mean, this is a good young team all the way around on both sides of the ball. Good young team.
Don't forget.
No, I'm not putting you back up. I have no desire. No, don't. You can't poke your head behind the graphic, bro. Like, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to Roger Rabbit that shit and come through? What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
That was funny.
My God. Like, I don't know if you understand. Like, that reminded me of Zoolander. He's like, the files are in the computer and they try and break it. What aren't we supposed to forget there, Fuzz? No, he did that to himself. I did not put that back on his face. He did that himself. What aren't we supposed to forget?
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Look at that cutie patootie.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's put you back up here. I'm of the, if you look here, I'm not sold on a couple of things, and this is not a bit. I know before we've done the I'm not sold on bit, but this is not a bit. The Keely Ringo situation is still,
I was gonna say, I don't know why Keely Ringo's name's up there.
right. The Keely Ringo situation is still a little, worrisome at cornerback
cornerback.
I'd rather have this guy than Keely Ringo.
I was going to bring him up. It's so funny that good job there at Philly Fanatics 1996.
That's Tyler.
I know it is.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we can
I'm just
shout out
calling
our
it-
Tyler guy. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Give him his love. Good looking dude.
1996. I was a freshman in college.
Did you see his baby? You see his baby face, bro?
I mean, I only went to college for an hour, but still.
I was gonna say, dude, I didn't even know you could read.
I read Braille.
I read Braille.
Oh, crap.
We're
I'm
getting
not-
fined.
Yeah, you're just here because we don't want to get fined. Let's kind of like move ourselves along. We kind of did our draft. Do you have like kind of like an outlook here for how the team is coming together? You kept mentioning that it's a really good way that there's a team vision here. Well, tell us, what does that team vision look like offensively and defensively, especially with Stoutland out, and you have some head personnel changes going on. What does that ultimately look like? What is this vision, and what is the outlook?
Well, I mean, this whole outlook to me, it's like Howie really successfully keyed in on roster needs. He added a lot of high upside talent and basically maintained the team status as a legitimate Super Bowl contender going into 2026. I do see a deep playoff run with this squad. I really do, and it's going to be playoff runs for years. Like, this team is just constantly improving while staying young and fresh. So it's again, like they had they added additions like Markel Bell and Micah Morris, which those moves right there, the offensive line right there is going to remain a strength for years. The depth in the trenches has always been a cornerstone of the Eagles' success, and this draft continued that. So, I mean, there's, how we really figured out what it takes to build and cultivate a winning, a championship pedigree, and I think he did a great job.
All right, well then, dumb question. Maybe I'm calling it wrong. You can tell me if I am. Did we really get faster and bigger at the same time, or am I imagining things?
No, you're not imagining things. They did. They got faster, bigger, and younger, which is hysterical to me that he's able to put this together. But yeah, no, I mean, and all these guys that he has acquired. I mean, yeah, people are talking about Grenard, because of the injuries, but I did see when he did play, he amassed 3 sacks in the matter of like a couple of games.
Howie's got a type. Howie's got a type.
He absolutely does. And he knows when to jump on it, and he's good at it. Like I said, he figured it out. He's literally what I wish Joe Banner was when Joe Banner was the general manager. Because if Joe Banner ran a team and put together a team like Howie Roseman, they would have had a Super Bowl or two.
Man, that's not a deep take. I think that, and even then, I think or Ed Snyder, like the beloved teams of Philadelphia that knew what it meant to put together teams. There is, I think you're pointing out his special sauce with that, right? What he does, and it's not Norman. Was it Norman Bremen? God,
Norman Bremen.
What dark times dark times we went through with that ownership. But and not just for the player, not just for the fans, but the players. From what I understand, it was very difficult to work for him. It was you had to address him as sir, and couldn't talk to him at times. And I think he was part of the old boys club, and it was very well known. So it's definitely wasn't a proud time of ownership for the Eagles. And, it's great having a guy who has a type and puts together a team, and it gives us a look, and it gives us that's the way the Philadelphia Eagles build them, Oh, yeah. I like that. I like having that reputation, and it's nice.
Yep. Me too. It's nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It makes you feel definitely like you are backing the right team, obviously. All right, let's kind of, do a little show wrap up here and get us through the night. Do we have anything we are plugging for the rest of the week? Do we have Black and Orange?
I do not know at this moment if we do or not. I do have to reach out.
Okay. So stay tuned on the network. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you do. You get notifications when we go live. We are live. We like to do that. But you can also catch us on the Spotify, and you can check us out on the
Broken Bell Network.
Broken Bell Network socials, Facebook. It's all posted there if you want to just listen to us on playback. I wouldn't go too long. The longer you kind of wait to listen to our show, you realize we don't know what we're talking about, but we sound smart in the moment, which is always nice. Do you have the OTA report? Do you have that? I was going to put one together. I think, did you ask me to do that, or did you do that?
I think I mentioned it. I did not do one.
Okay. I was going to throw one together. I wasn't sure if you had it. All right, cool. I think there's a lot more to talk about, which is good, right? We can talk about the OTAs next week's show. I think there's still the question about our new offensive line coach that's going in. I think it's very important to still talk about Vic Fangio and what he is going to be bringing to this year's team, especially with so many secondary improvements that have occurred.
Yep, absolutely. It's going to be fun to see what he does with them this year. I can't wait to see how he integrates these guys.
Yeah. Again, I think we talked about Chris did the same thing. We all threw a question mark on Keely Ringo, his name there, but I do think at some point they will make a move to strengthening up that position.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think Ringo is developing the way that they were hoping he would. So I think
how many years? He gets 3 years, right? Is that how he does? 3 years before he cuts you loose?
Yeah, it's usually about that. Like if you're not getting it, you're going to be gone. One way or another, you're going to be out of there. Someone may take a flyer on him because he's still young, but knowing Howie, he'll probably just be like, all right, you know what? Go find yourself something.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. The team will pick him up. I can fix her.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, before we head out, there's breaking news. This clip just came through of Dianna, what's her name? Dianna Russini?
Dianna Russini?
Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel's wife.
Show me the money!
Just a reminder, we are a satire show. There is no need for any type of lawsuit. Anything we do can't be taken seriously, and we want you to take us in jest.
The Sixers haven't scored in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, they dominated this whole game and are just gonna piss it away here at the end. And
yeah, the refs were a little bad.
They got a little sloppy in the third. They tightened up in the fourth, but that happened to us in a game and we still pulled it out. I'm not Brown. I don't complain about anything other than what you can do and control. They did not score.
Nope.
Um,
You don't score in 4 minutes in basketball in
Right.
this game.
It's a dagger. Now they are still moving the ball, which is nice, and they got that going for them. But they're starting to work ISO on these guys, so that's going to be a problem, I think, if they figure it out. Eric, I think I have nothing less left to give. I think the draft recap it was excellent. What you said your overall final grade was an A-?
A minus.
Yeah.
A minus.
I think it's a little low. I mean, everyone admits that the Eagles stole the show. And that's fine with me. And I'm going to repeat the same thing I think I said about Jerry. Like, this is you set up the cards, you can only do what you can do with them. But now it's time for Howie to get out of the way and only be helpful when he needs to be helpful when positions are needed.
Right. And he's always looking. He's always looking for something to do. He's not afraid of a trade. If it makes sense for the team, he's going to do it. And he's one of the time that when he says that, you know it's the truth. Like, he will always do what he feels is best for the team, whether it's making a tough decision or an easy decision, like trading up to get Makai Lemon.
Pittsburgh. I want to be the fly on the wall.
Oh yeah, I mean, there has to be video of Pittsburgh's GM on the phone with Makai Lemon, finding out that they literally just got snaked. There has to be. I mean, if
Have you guys ever done that? Have you guys ever done that in a draft to someone, in like a fantasy draft, where you snake somebody in some way through maybe a trade or?
I have.
Yeah,
I have.
Was it like almost close to losing friendship status over? Were they that mad, or was it like, oh, good one?
No, but it was definitely you son of a bitch. I can't believe, like, this was the guy that I had pegged, and I'm like, oh, okay. And for me, it was just watching the draft board, like looking ahead 2 or 3 picks and going over the roster of what these people have been picking. I'm like, all right, well, this guy needs a wide receiver. Here's the best one on the board. I'm taking him now.
Fuzz, you ever snake someone that they wanted to curse you and your family? No. Okay, cool, bud. Appreciate it. No, really do. Thanks for being a part of the Philly podcast this weekend.
You're asking him, and he's like looking at his TV with that like little Downsy looking face going on over there, and I'm like, what's happening?
Say I have Down syndrome, Bell's palsy.
No, I didn't say that. I said Downsy. I'm trying to be politically correct.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Even though I did call you a retard, basically, but
oh, Jesus Christ. Take us out.
Take us out. No. Take us out.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another edition of the Philly podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network and partnered with the Monkey's Uncle. Check out the Monkey's Uncle at themonkeysuncle.net. And if you check out our social media pages, you will see my beautiful face with a link attached to the Monkey's Uncle, where you can get some Philly podcast t-shirts and Broken Bell Network t-shirts. Yes, that is right. We have merch, guys. We have merch. You believe this? Okay, you guys are just as excited as me, I see. There we go. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Super Bowl replicas are not included. I did not know they were going to actually use that. But,
and that is not a small t-shirt.
No, that is not a small. That is not a small. Trust me. That's an XL.
Why can I see your heart beating in that thing?
I thought it was a tattoo.
No, I just
have that spray painted on.
It's actually a schmedium.
It's a schmedium.
Yeah, that's what it looks like after you have a cheesesteak. After like you shouldn't have had a heavy cheesesteak.
So if you take this,
We're canceled.
we're canceled. If you take a look, all proceeds from our shirts go to Homers for Hope. If you've been a part of the network and the shows, you know that we participate in Homers for Hope. We will be in it this year, August 1st, I believe.
I believe it is August
1st. We have a official call out. We gave the boys over at DPF a whole year's notice that they are on notice to being called out in the home run derby. Great day, great fun out there. The kids are out there catching, home run balls, and it's a lot of fun. Really would love for you guys to come out, be a part of it, and support that. There will be more information to come. But if in the meantime, Unky's Uncle, it's an awesome shop out here in Doylestown. They are a true benefit to the community. They are just we're not sponsored. We don't take money from them. We just know what kind of a great company business they are, family operated, owned, and they just do great things for the community. They are very involved. So you are not just supporting a business, but you are supporting a entire community when you shop over at the Monkey's Uncle. You can go to monkeysuncle.net. You can order online. It will be delivered to you. You can check them out on Facebook. They are posting all the time. And I just want to make sure we got them out there. Talk more about it.
How about you?
Yes,
you going, Chris?
you will see OGCG in some Philly podcast apparel.
Okay. Did you want him to talk about Monkey's Uncle? Is that what you were asking?
No, he was just literally saying he's sending out a Philly podcast to OGCG.
I can't wait till we post that picture up on our socials.
Yeah. You sent him you sent him a 3X. My man's still yoked.
Right?
Yeah, my man is still yoked. I don't know what to tell you.
Where are you at, Charlie? I'm in motherfucking Boomerang.
Boomerang. I'm like, nah, dude, that's a Panera Bread. I sent him a Boomerang.
Dude, he was gonna come.
And he brought the chick over. He brought the
waitress on.
He brought her
like,
over.
Oh, hi.
She came in and then she came out.
He's like, you on TV right now? I'm like, he's like, you're with Charlie Garner. You're on TV.
I'm a Boomerang. I'm like, no, you're not.
That was his. I'm Rick James, bitch. That was his Rick.
I'm really at Boomerangs. He held up the cup. He's like, look. He said, no, hold up. I should get paid for this.
He did.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Why don't you take us out to the promised land? We did an hour and a half. Man, we're awesome.
These draft shows, man, these recapping, they wipe us out. But no, in all seriousness, everyone, thank you once again for joining us for another live edition of the Philly podcast. I think I started saying this, didn't I? And we went into something else.
We
started.
We have ADD so bad.
All right, so number 3. Here we go. Thanks again for watching the Philly podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network and partnered with the Monkey's Uncle. You can catch us on all social medias. If you want to listen to the audio version of this, it'll be on Spotify. Just search the Broken Bell Network, and you'll have all of our shows, from the Orange and Black podcast, the NEP podcast, the Hall of Fame Club podcast, and of course this podcast, the Philly. Again, just hit those like, subscribes, smash them, share them, let everybody know. If you're, dude, we have a very large following actually from the UK that is actually listening to us on Spotify. So our friends from across the pond, we appreciate you. We love you guys. And everyone, thank you again, and peace out, and go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets. What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to turn the beat in at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look. Woo!
Here we go. Here we go.
I would have guaranteed that AJ